Well, in the Japanese culture, the cherry blossom is exactly what you said. I mean, there are songs and poems. I mean, there must be thousands and thousands of songs, and thousands of poems that celebrate the cherry blossom. And the whole thing seems to me to be, um, it blooms, it's beautiful, and it's gone. And that's life. And so when you kind of look at it, it's not a happy kind of a thing. But the whole idea is not a happy thing. All of a sudden it blooms and it's gone. And it's like life. Life is like that. It blooms and it's gone. And it's kind of like a sad kind of a thing. But the more you hear about that, and the more that you kind of get into that kind of a thinking, it's really a very beautiful thing.
And the queen is
Jacqueline Kimiko Chu.
The evolution of Japanese culture, no, that's a very, very good point. Culture is a good thing, and we have to learn from it. We have to grow with it. And when you're raised with it, sometimes you don't see it. You have to be reminded of it.
But when you're in America and like you're from Japan, like you're expected to know like where you come from and what your culture is. Yeah. When you live in Japan as a Japanese person, like you don't go out of your way to study the Japanese culture. It's just there. But here, like everybody comes from different places and they have different backgrounds. So you have to like own up your identity, I feel like.
You don't want to lose that identity, if you want to call it that, because everything else kind of goes away. We're now down to 3 Japan towns in the entire United States.
日本の自分たちのバックボーンをなんというかな表現するなり発散するなりそういうもののあれじゃないですかね。自分自身の存在なりねあれをこうなんか発揮するっていうか発散するっていうのね。
The whole idea behind the Cherry Blossom Festival, the whole idea behind the Queen program, basically it's that, I think.
日本人の誇りっていうバックボーンですね。それをがこのお祭りの中にあると思うんですよね。
Yes, I go to Cherry Blossom Festival every year.
I think it's very similar to the way Japanese do omatsuri. It's like festivals, like summer festivals. So they have like food and things out on the tent. I just like the food, but yeah, I like the vibe too. Like the music and like the Japanese people working here speaking in Japanese to each other. It's nice. It's more Americanized here, definitely, yeah.
違いますね。日本のみこしはやっぱりすごい。こっちのバラバラ。これはダメだ。いやもうちょっとやっぱりやるんだったら少しでも日本のようにビシッとね見かけもいいそういうものをねやっぱりやってほしいと思うんだけどね今のところちょっとねダメだね
やっぱり歴史の違いですよ。これは桜祭りのサンフランシスコのオリジナルだって世界中に探してもないわけです。これはもうここで生まれてここで育った。
僕の名前は秋山之助です。みこしのファウンダー。50 years ago, all we start this OB people, all those people together.
1973年スタート
僕も35年、40年ずっと続けてます。
昔はね、本当に日本の見込みしたみたく、日本人ばっかりだったからやってたわけ。
But people don't see me as Japanese. Or like Japanese people don't see me as Japanese. So they just hired a new sushi chef at the restaurant that I worked at, and he's like straight from Japan. He moved here 2 years ago. My boss was like, "Oh yeah, like Lisa can speak Japanese. Like you know, if you need help, like you should ask her for help." And he didn't believe her that I could speak Japanese fluently. So I was like, "Oh yeah, like pera pera, like pera pera yo." And then he was like, "Oh, but I am like Japanese. Like I'm not even a U.S. citizen." So like it didn't a crisis. So like I don't belong anywhere. I'm like stuck in between.
自分たちの心っていうか気持ちを日本に残してきて、ここでまだなんていうかな、復活祭みたいな感じでいろんな欲求不満なりのそういうふうな爆発の場だったと思うんですね。
I think what you said is very profound in the sense of maybe that's the whole theme of the community. That's what we were talking about when you asked me earlier. You know, where is this going? Where would this come? What would this be?
時代がなんていうかな。
Everything is constantly changing.
As a culture is passed from one generation to another, it changes.
今はその流れがこっちの生まれた人、2世3世の人たちの時代になってきたと思います。
それ種を植え付けて50年になったってこと。これからあとは若い人たちがみんなやるんじゃないかな。
そうするといわゆる心というかね、そういうものがずっと伝わっていくんじゃないかと思います。はい。
And I want to introduce like Japanese culture to my friends.
I have never thought of it as the culture going away.
どのようにこれを続けていけばいつかアメリカの人たちがいっぱい来て、それでもって僕なんかのアフターで多分100年200年300年経ったらもしかしたらねアメリカの文化になるかもわかんないですよね。
だから新しい形の新しいお祭りのおみこしがあってもいいと思います。
To the marriage of our Japanese culture and being married to American culture makes a Japanese American culture.
将来はこの日本の文化をアメリカの文化にしたいのですよ。
Now maybe you have to let go of the physical part, but I would like to see the mental and the spiritual part to remain.
だから形も変わってきてると思いますけども、真髄は同じってことだと思います。
Feelings and thoughts, those are the kinds of things that are very Japanese.
これがみこしです。でもそれが終わったらもう全部おしまい。
So this idea of blooming and being beautiful and then kind of going away is a sad thought and yet a beautiful thought, and maybe we can try to keep it together. I hate to think that the Cherry Blossom Festival or the Queen program blooms and everyone likes it and then it kind of fades away.
シンボルみたいなものだと僕は思ってます。ね、だから死ぬまでここに来てます。